Hello. Hey, well, I guess I can just leave those book covers up here for just chatting. That's just fine. Those can hang out. Oh, just please snap. Just snap to each other. Could you? Close enough. Hello. It's Wednesday. I'm back to streaming on Wednesdays. Yeah, so there's a Steam Next Fest going on, which is a Steam-run festival where they highlight a bunch of forthcoming games, and those developers kind of put out demos for people to try and check out the games. And I have a bunch of those downloaded now, so let's take a look at a few. The first one that I think, most curious about is called Cult of the Lamb. And it is going to have the same types of content warnings as Inscription. So I'm just going to go ahead and put on the content warning command. We're not doing Cult of the Lamb, but I think a lot of the same content warnings are going to apply. So just heads up there. And now we go to the game. It's loading very slowly. Well, not too slowly. We'll see. But when it loads a game, we should have a game. All right. Do we have a game yet? Okay. There's a game. I see it. Okay. So this is Cult of the Lamb. Are you designed for controller? Ooh, creepy. The animation reminds me a bit of Gravity Falls, the cartoon. Audio. Let's make everything a little bit softer. And then I can turn my personal volume up a little bit more. Alright, so it's got... That's just fine. Okay. Apply changes and back. So this is by Massive Monster, it looks like, these folks down here. I don't know, Victoria State Government, looks like they have a government grant, and I don't know what these are. But this game got, I think it was introduced last year at the Devolver Digital Showcase, and seemed very interesting. Hello? Well, maybe I do need controller. Settings, controls. No, I don't want to cancel. C to cancel. Interact is X. Okay. Well, this is not, this doesn't bode super well. Well, let me... Is my controller here? No, the controller that I have is downstairs. Yeah, this is too long for it to be a wait for this kind of thing. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna go to my break card real quick, and then I'm gonna go get a controller and see if that'll work. I'll be right back. Okay. Now we're back. Hey, it works. It just really wants a controller. Okay, so here I am. So I'm just in chains. Cannot leave. I must go this way. There's birds, assorted skulls, opening credits, big executioner type. Ooh, look! Monster gods? Spider and like a shark, maybe? Frog, something else. With this final sacrifice, the prophecy will be impossible to fulfill. The heretic who lies bound below will be condemned to eternal captivity, and the old faith shall be preserved. Bad things. Whoop. I don't think this is what they had in mind. Got some cool little puddle effects there. Alright, so that being has been covered by a map. The one who waits, come closer, fear not, for though you are already dead, I still have need of you. Those foolish bishops thought they could keep you from me in death, but instead they sent you straight to me. I will give you life again, but at a price. All I ask for you is that you start a cult in my name. Do we have a deal? So it's either yes or absolutely. And we have like gritty cats. You will get this big hat. It shall make you my person. Cult of the Lamb. Ah, now I have a sword. Oh my gosh. And my hat, like, follows me? Okay. Digging the graphics. This is like a battle map? Battle progression map? Hello, person. Ratau! Fear not, I am Ratau. I was once a chosen vessel like you, but those days are lost to the winds. I was sent to guide you. We are deep in the lands of the old faith, and in grave danger. My tutorial is ready to lead you to safety. Continue through the woods. Escape lies ahead. I will be close by, providing exposition. No, I want to sleep in the tent. Food. I can chop down the grass. Zelda alike confirmed. B. Dodge to avoid damage. I got a coin. It's a coin. So, do you have a map? So I have a fleece. There's tarot cards. Well, let's go this way. Flying critter. Dashing critter. Coin. Grave. Creepiness. More flying critters. Okay. And another coin. seeing stuff when I chopped down lumber. I dig that the hat falls behind you when you do the roll. Okay. Third coin. Oh, fourth coin. Got a little pool. Okay. If there are other buttons I can do here, I don't know what they are. Alright, oh look, it's somebody I can rescue, maybe. We have nearly reached safety, but look ahead. Another polar soul is about to be sacrificed. Rescue them, and they would have no choice but to join your new cult. Almighty bishops of the old faith, we ask you to accept the sacrifice of this wretched soul. Hey, who interrupts our ritual and trespasses on sacred ground? Not cool. Yeah. Cults. Slug? Furry slugs? That doesn't look so much like rescuing. We are not the good guys in this game. It sure doesn't seem. We've reached safety. You've done well. The red crown will allow you to use those markings on the ground to transport yourself great distances. They are fast travel points. It will take you to a temple that has fallen to ruin. Then you will be able to begin your new cult. I will meet you there. Return to cult! Yes, this game has a strange definition of rescue indeed. Hi, Original. So yeah, I did some things. Very cute. And evil. This hallowed ground, which was once mine, is now yours. This crumbling ruin is to be the site of your new cult. We have much to do. We begin by indoctrinating this poor soul into the warm embrace of your cult. Followers can gather resources for you. Order this one to collect lumber or stone. Convert me to your cult. I will follow your teachings faithfully. This is Hatijul. Choose form. Alright, so this being can have a number of different forms. Well, you'll be here. You can be a little blue person. And you can have a thing on your head. Traits. Gain faith when falling ill. Oh. And now this person has a little cult hat. By your hand, our cult will grow powerful, but your followers cannot live on prayer alone. They must eat. Gather the necessary resources and build a cooking fire. It will allow you to prepare meals for your followers. Okay, so I can also gather resources. Cooking fire. Alright, so this, I guess the center bit has to be its own thing. Alright, let's have a cooking fire over here. Ta-da! Your followers need to eat, and it's up to you to provide meals for them. Hunger of your cult can be seen on the top left of the screen. When this gets too low, followers will begin to starve. Find more food while crusading. Pick routes that pass through foraging locations. Plant farms to grow your own food. Seeds can be found or purchased or found while crusading. Pick berries. That sounds like a food. Alright. How can I cook? I need 7 berries, it looks like. Yeah, it seems like city builder plus like Zelda-like combat game. Cook. And there's a cooking minigame. Now we must build a shrine, but first we will need more followers and more gold, both of which can be found while crusading through the lands of the Old Faith. Our mutual benefactor, the one who waits, has been trapped by the 4 bishops of the Old Faith. Many proper nouns in this game. Each of the bishops guards a chain that binds him to the realm beyond. I'm guessing the one who waits is the him. We have conjured openings to their realms. It is your task to track them down and slay them, so that he may be free. Now go! You shall find gold and willing recruits, and those for who are not willing, convert by force. Cults are bad, okay? Don't do cults. Whee! Alright, I'm guessing this is the place where I can go right now. The Darkwood. Do a thing! Plop! Okay. Well, I definitely dig the art style here. You know, the running a cult thing is not as much my deal, but I have to say that it has a very strong aesthetic. Okay, so I've got some lives. Hi, Zankphil. This is Cult of the Lamb. I'm just gonna put this in. Yeah, I don't know if all of these already have entries on Twitch, which is why I went with games and demos. So, Crusader's Blade or Ichor Throne. Well, I already have... I guess this is an upgrade compared to what I have. No. If I look here, I have... Oh, okay, so this is like a class choice. Sword or Ichor Throne. Well, let's go with the normal sword to begin with. Oh, do I get both? Looks like I do. Fervor is the righteous anger earned by striking down non-believers and works like ammunition for your curses. Fervor will drop when you slay an enemy. Collecting it refuels your curses. Okay, so I have a ranged attack. So, I make nastiness around me. Okay, read. Entering the lands of the Bishop Leshy. This is it's an Inscription spin-off. No, Leshy are folkloric beings. They existed way before Inscription. Those who do not follow the ways of the Old Faith will be destroyed. Alright, let's go mess up a Leshy. Ooh, that Ichor was very strong. But I did lose some health. Not getting health from that. Yeah, you know, I'm just a few minutes in. I'm really digging the visuals here. You know, we're definitely in horror land here, where the cuteness is contrasted by the horrible sacrifice and indoctrinating people into joining my cult and serving a potentially very evil god. But it's cute evil. Of course, that makes everything, right? That makes everything okay. It doesn't make everything okay. But it's a game. Can't go that way. Can't go this way. I'm gonna have to go back and navigate these areas, or is it just kind of one way through? So I'm not super sure about that. Okay. I guess I'm gonna keep going for a little while to see if I can find some followers. Lots of coin is good. Are you a boss? Oh, okay, so that was the area. So I can scavenge for resources. And then there's the boss. So foraging is good for resources. I'm not sure what these symbols mean. Oh, cool. Well, I hope your game is getting some cool eyeballs and wish lists from folks who are going to be very happy to get to play more. I'm going to go and do the thing with the foraging. I was explicitly told that resources were going to be important. Okay. Now, it does not seem like I'm getting resources from just chopping down the leaves. So now, I can go here. No, I can't. It just gives me, it lets me browse it. It may in fact be relative evil. Yeah, that's fair. Or no. Alright, so I don't have too much health, and therefore need to be fairly circumspect here. Alright, so I'm getting a lot of fervor, so I could be using my thing a little bit much more often. So I'm unaffected, but they get hit by the Ichor. That's good to know. Ichor? Let's call the whole thing off. Alright, so I think that gave me some health back. Doesn't exactly tell me which way to go. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, so upgrades. So this looks got this. It's got some roguelike elements, maybe. Vampiric sword, flaming shot. Let's take the vampiric sword. So that was the end of this path. Now we can go back this way. Oh look, it's a thing. Are you a person? Yes. Cloud neck. Praise the Lamb, conduit to great power, promised liberator of the one that waits below. So the card showed me once, many lifetimes ago. Or has that yet to be? I have always drawn your cards, Lamb, and yet this is the first. Take these cards and I will draw another each time we meet. When drawn by me, they will grant you power. What power? Well, that is both known and unfathomable. The cards, they shall decide. The lovers. So, extra health or deals poison damage to enemies when struck. Well, let's do health here so that I have a lower chance of dying, so we can see stuff throughout the rest of the demo. So, some cards have been unlocked. So, more roguelike-y kinds of things, it feels like. Okay. Cool, thanks. Can we go this way? Ooh, what's happening here? This feels like a boss? Leshy says, how can this be? You were put to the blade, Lamb, as all your kind were. And here you stand, and yet here you stand before me, unrepentant. This crown, his power, could it be? But I am stronger still. Turn tail and run, little lamb. Oh. I fight. No? Pick up. the arachnid deals poison damage to enemies struck. So, like that. And now a boss. Binding of Isaac has Don't Starve plus Mobile Town Builder. That's several popular flavors altogether. I went and took a look at Vulnerable on the Next Fest page and grabbed the demo. So it is on my list of things to check out. Oh, okay. So presumably there's a boss around here somewhere. So I got a little bit of health back. That looks like the boss. Oh, that's another card. Gain an extra overall weapon damage increase. So, now I'm going to do more damage. Ah, I see there's a mini-map in the top right here. I should be paying attention to that. And I'm going to go move my interface down here because I see that it's covering up my health thing. You've come far enough, little lamb. My followers are willing to do anything for me. Can you say the same of yours? I give myself to the cause, almighty leader. By the blood of the great ones, destroy the Red Crown. Yikes. Amdusius. Got some poison stuff going on here. Whoops. Okay, so I'm vulnerable when I do that. Martyred. We shall rise again. Okay, so it shows my progress. I lose some percentage of all the stuff that I got. You lost 25% of new items. It showed how long my quote-unquote run was, how many enemies I killed. Then I guess I go back. Oh no, that was the end of the run. Demo complete. Okay, so it only shows you one run. I'm curious. Well, so if I start again, how much can I go? So I was thinking of doing each of these for about an hour or a little bit less. We'll see what happens here. All right, so I start from the beginning. Interesting. Well, I don't know that that's actually what happens in the main game. It may, like, you may get martyred and then you go back to your base and you've lost some of the resources, but not all of them. Well, fair enough. There are plenty of demos, so that is a little bit of a look at Cult of the Lamb. I may go back and play more offline. But now we're going to come to here real quick, and I'm going to quit out of that. My controller went very buzzy as I quit the game. I don't think I'm going to need this. And the other games. So, all right, I'm going to switch to a game called Beneath Oresa, which I played a little bit offline because it sounded interesting, and am very curious or very interested in show stuff off. Could be, yeah. We don't know what or maybe the developers have said what death means. The interface there made me think that you lose some stuff but not all, but I don't know. So we got some like cell shaded art style here. Oh, I'm not in the game.
Or an oath to protect it.
Come on. when I switch to the game, everything goes black.
Will not
So it's just a lot of that back and forth, which I'm not super into. Maybe a demo thing, maybe a how the window gets loaded thing. So this is developed by Broken Spear. This is Beneath Oresa. So we have a plead, which I'm guessing is the scenario. And there's some modifiers, but those are not available in demo. Oh, it doesn't take the full screen. Let me go back and return. Okay, come on. There we go. Come on. I'm going to move this back up to here. I think that will work for this game in a way that it did not for Cult of the Lamb. So the only hero you can choose is Hectus. The other characters you can show them, but you cannot, they're not available during the demo. You see the little lock here. So interesting, Hectus has the least hit points of any of these, even though this character is fairly, yeah, he's pretty armored. Hectus is the patriarch of House Agisa de Faraday. He leads a life of quest and battle wielding the Oath, a sword descended from the heavens, a symbol of the alliance between Erath and House Agasa, or Agasa. My Portuguese is not so great. Centuries old, he knows the secrets time forgotten, has made alliances with centuries-old entities, and mastered frightening fighting techniques. So he has a counterattack thing, so there's a charge meter. Each turn, 2 cards in your hand gain Zeal for the turn. When discarding a Zeal card, instead of playing it, gain 2 Zeal. When charge meter is full, automatically cancel and counter the next strongest melee attack. When counterattacking, deal damage equal to your Retribution, which is the little fire meter. And then you get to see the card set. So this is the starting deck. No, I think that's the whole set, not the starting deck. Sorry. And yeah. So then you choose a helper. You can only choose Nereide. Okay, so this is like a Slay the Spire kind of route. Because this is a roguelike deck builder. It just looks very different. So you get to these spots, and you sometimes have options. Yeah, I really like the game festivals, because even if the demos are really short, it just puts stuff on my radar that otherwise never would have been. And for that, I'm really happy. So we've got 3 enemies here. We've got this cell shaded art. Here's my hand. It tells me what each enemy is attacking. Each enemy is doing. So this enemy is going to do a ranged attack, and it stays in its zone. So if you see that little divide here, that's over there is a different zone. So we've got some kind of relative position stuff going on. So this enemy will do a melee attack and moves to my zone before attacking, and gets +3 damage. This enemy is fragile, so they're going to take more damage from any source by this value. So I'm going to do 2 extra damage to any enemy. But every time I attack this foe, it gains 5 fury. So if I attack them a bunch but don't kill them, they're going to do a big counterattack. And let's see, so this one gives Zeal, and that one gives Zeal. So if I play it, I'll get 1 on this track, but if I discard them, I will get 2. And I have 3 energy. So, nope, that's not even who I wanted to attack, but so it goes. So now that enemy is dead, and I'm going to use Biting Parade, which gives me defense. So you switch between which enemies you're attacking by using the mouse wheel, which I forgot to do. Yeah, it feels very much like it's building on Slay the Spire, but now trying to do something different, because we've got all these attack animations. There's like a zone type element. These two give zeal. So I'm going to use Oath here because it gives... Oath says if the target is still alive on its turn, gain 1 smite, which is another way that I can get a bonus. Get an attack back from my discard. I'm going to do Oath, and then I also get a smite. So I've got all of this bonus incoming. I don't have a way of killing this enemy, but I'm going to do some defense. So my retribution is 22, and I guess I still have more energy. So I block that, and that enemy is doing some, I guess, giving himself a buff. So, got that. Now, I've got this enemy over here. So when I select a melee attack, I just move zones, I guess. But that is going to be enough attack to defeat the enemy. So that's a fight. Swift rectification. If you have an odd amount. So I could lose 1 Fury or Zeal, whatever that one is, and draw a bunch of cards. Or I could gain a lot of defense and Fragile. Alright, so in the runs that I've played, dying has been a major, like, I've just died very quickly because this game is tuned in a different way to Slay the Spire, where in Slay the Spire, a lot of the enemies in the beginning are tuned where you can defend enough to not take damage. This game doesn't seem to be tuned that way. So I get my choices. I get to remove a card. I'm going to remove one of my Biting Parades because I have this Doomed defense, which gives me a lot more defense. And then I gain an Antiquorum, which is like a relic in Slay the Spire. Machiavellian Calculator. The sentient combat analyzer has warped over the centuries. From tactics, he has become devious, Machiavellian even. This says, during the first round, each time you play a maneuver or a program, draw 1 card. So those are types of cards, maneuvers and programs. Now I'm headed to a breach where I'm going to basically bust in and fight somebody. So I could face Fight Better Reward. This fight, a random foe gains 25 HP max. So I can go for a bigger reward, but probably this enemy gained, well, one of these two gained a bunch of hit points. So you are going to attack for 5 and ranged. This enemy is going to attack for 14. This enemy is going to attack for 5 and hit me with a negative effect. So I'm going to use Doomed Defense, but then I'm going to come and attack this person, and then I'm going to attack again so that they don't do damage to me. And now I have 20 defense, and I'm going to get a 6 and a 6, but then I'm going to probably take that debuff. Yeah, on the tuning, I did run into a number of events that gave me healing, so it may be intentional. So this is a negative card. Spreading Infection. If this card is discarded at the end of your turn, add a copy to your discard pile, so it would kind of fill my deck up. Instead, I'm going to play it and get rid of it. This enemy is going to attack for 16, so I'm going to get something back here. But instead I'm going to defend. So I block that first attack, and then this enemy does this nasty thing to me. So you've got 55 and you've got 41. I'm going to go over here, hit you with that, hit you with that, get an attack back. So I'll get my Oath again, and then I hit you with the Oath, hit you with the Smite that I gained, gain 1 Smite on counterattack, and then some defense. So I take a little bit from you, and then this enemy runs to hit me. So you're at 28 and you're at 41. You do more damage, but this enemy is going to try to flee. I'm going to hit that, I'm going to gain some defense, and then I'm going to use these passive smites, and this one, because I get more zeal if I discard it, right? Yep, so now I have, I only need one more zeal to get my counterattack. So you're at 41 and you're at 7. So I'm going to run over and get you, pop, and then Fighting Parade for defense, and then I'm going to do the normal attack. So I'll defend against your hit, and now I have my counterattack, so I hit you back for a bunch, and that's the fight. So now I can learn a technique. Every time you change zones, gave 4 of this, the basically counterattack amount, but I'm going to take a new trial, which gives me some more card draw. Now we're going to a scavenge spot, where I can gain 3 cards among 4, or I can get 20 hit points back. I have 63. Let's gain cards, just to see more cards. I'm not sure how this is different than the card I start with, because it's still 7, or I guess, oh, 7 and 7, not 7 and 3. That's how it's different. If you have 3 or less fury, draw an extra card. Each time you play a smite, this card's damage increases. Discard a random card and draw a random card. So I'm going to take the Sanctified Smite, Expeditious Justice, and then the Without Delay, because I don't want to leave myself too lopsided toward offense and not have enough defense. Next is Breach. So this fight, 75% chance to gain or 25% chance to discard a card at the fight's start. So I unfortunately had to discard a card. So if I use this right at the beginning, I don't have any of this fury to lose, so I get to draw a bunch of cards. You're attacking for 12. Deals 50% more damage as long as you're not in its zone. So if I move up, then I can reduce the amount of damage that you do. So I'm going to go over here. So this enemy gets more powerful if I attack anybody else, because they're the tank. So I'm going to do this. And let's see, can I kill you? I can. That saves me 5 damage. Return attack. Alright, if I get this back, will I gain the zeal from discarding it? Yes, I will. Okay, so that's a combo option. Get back the zeal cards, so I gain the zeal from playing it, and then I gain the zeal from discarding it. Alright, I'm going to keep that. Then I'm going to hit you, and I'm going to go over here to do a Sanctified Smite so that you don't get your double damage. And then I'll do my defense. Slay this fire with an actual 3D battlefield, making tactics a lot more complex. Yeah, I'm really digging it. I agree, Runo. That's why even though I played it, I wanted to show this off. Alright, so you're at 10. So I'm going to come and get you with that, and then one of those, and then I play Oath against you so that I get that bonus. But if I get the Oath back, I gain a Smite. So I hit you like that, and I hit you like that, and now I'm going to gain some defense. And I can do this and draw a bunch of cards, but I don't have any more zero-cost cards, right? So gaining cards when I only have 1 doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, I think the animation here makes the game really visually interesting. Where I love Slay the Spire, and I would happily watch someone play Slay the Spire, but in this, there's more going on. The screen is more dynamic. Yep. And turn-based is better for being able to read chat. Absolutely. So I don't know when this comes out, but I think when it does, there's a good chance I will be playing it on stream. When the round starts, if this card is in your discard pile and you have 0 fury, return it. When your charge meter changes, gain defense, gain 3 smite, a random foe gains 10 extra, we will do damage. I'm going to take Fluid Upswing because my Oath gives me a bonus if the card that the There's a thing where if I get back a 0-cost card, I gain an extra attack. So I can do one of these things. I'm going to gain hit points back. And now we're going to go scavenge. So we could gain a Antiquorum, remove 1 card from the deck, and decrease teamwork. I don't have any teamwork right now, so I don't know that -1 is going to do anything. Or I can gain 1 card from options. From 6 options, we gain a rare card, upgrade 1 card among 6. So, Reckless Lunge. When a foe is destroyed, gain 8 block and retribution. That's pretty cool. Now let's take that. We gain 1 rare card, 1 more step. Every time you play an attack this round, gain 8 of the retribution. And we can upgrade 1 card from 6. So here we have 2 options for upgrading, which is like Griftlands. When an attack from your discard pile, reduce its cost by 2. If it already costs 0, gain 1 smite. Okay, that's interesting. But this one says if you cost 0, gain 2 smites. I can make this Duty of the Patriarch free. I could turn New Trial into like a very more powerful but non-counterattacky thing. I could get up the defense of Biting Parade by a bunch. I could make Without Delay more expensive but very powerful. All right, I'm going to go with the this version of Against Adversity because I took that other attack that was 0 damage. Let's do the normal fight. So I've got a 41 and a 22, but this is all defense. So now I can do this for 1 hit at least. So defended there effectively. So this enemy has 17 left. I'm going to go after them. Let's see, so 17, 6, 15. Oh, so I can do 9 and 9 on this enemy. And then do an oath against you and my defense, which will then give me that smite. I wasn't in their zone, so that attack doesn't hit me, which is excellent. Alright, I'm going to take this Price of Retribution, and then I'm going to play a smite against you, which should make this into a 15 damage, and then because I attacked, I gain that defense, and I have 1 left, 8 defense, so I'm going to take 8. I'm going to get rid of the Spreading Infection. So they gave me another 1 by hitting me. So I'm going to attack twice, and that, because you're just going to do too much damage to not, I'm not going to be able to stop you from hitting me, which is presumably what I would need to do to not get the Spreading Infection. So 26 is a lot. So smite, so we're going to gain a bunch of defense, and then 1 more step, and then a simplified hit. Now I have my counterattack. But I took a big hit. Discard your hand, draw as many cards as your charge meter. So, use that after a couple of turns. 1 for 15 damage. If the target has at least 100 HP maximum, gain 1 smite. So I know that there's some big enemies later on in the game. So now we're going to a regroup. And I'm going to take, Breach, Scavenge, Incursion. I would love to get this Teamwork. So we're going to take Teamwork with the hope that I can then increase it again and get that healing bonus. So, focus, fight, better reward, attack. More danger, better rewards. Okay, so I still get a better reward because of the focus. So now I have the Wolf Within, which means that I can get a fleeting bonus of lose 2 hit points and draw a card, and then gain a copy of the card. I can gain 2 smite just for this turn, or each turn I can gain 1 smite by paying 1. So I'm going to take this kind of power type ability, and let's go after you. I'm going to hit you there, hit you there, and then I'm going to take some defense. Yeah, there's some good kind of deck building option stuff going on in here, which I appreciate. Alright, so let's gain a whole bunch of that. So now I'm up to 32 on my counterattack. And you don't get the bonus, so I'm just going to do 1 defense. I don't think this is made by the same people who made the spy fighting game. But I will check when I kind of go to my title card. The Fights in Tight Spaces came out so recently, I would be really surprised if that same team was ready with another game. Alright, so you're attacking for 15. What if you didn't get to attack for 15? And then hit you once. Alright, and now I'm gonna go so I have my counterattack ready, so this is gonna be a lot of overkill. Okay, so this is only on a melee attack. Good to know. But I had enough defense. The font here looks very much like the D&D 5th edition title font, which is fun. This is... what are you called? Beneath Oresa. Alright, so I can get a Shadow Cut, I can get another better defense. I'm going to take this Vow of Violence, because that will let me do this cycling thing, where I'm getting the attacks that I want, that will then give me special bonuses. So, here with 14 hit points, I definitely want to get 20 back. And now we're at a more dangerous enemy. I don't think I can handle a more dangerous version of this. So this person cancels an attack against them, and then they're going to move up. When this foe is killed, gain 15 defense. Okay. So I want to hit these folks first. We're going to gain Fleeting Smite. Let's use that so that then we get all of that cool bonus. Got 2 left, so now we're going to defend a bunch. And now I can return Oath to my hand. I get my 2 smites. So, big combo there, which is what I was going for. Okay, not the same developer. Fights in Tight Spaces is developed by Ground Shatter, published by Mode 7. This is developed and published by Broken Spirit Incorporated. Thank you very much, Arudno. So, that is the info for you there. So I hit you like that, and then I get a bunch of defense, right? So I'm up to 23. Excellent. And you, I'm going to go ahead and use up that defense. And cool. Defended there. So each of them they basically get protection against one attack per turn consistently, which is a lot. So we're going to hit there. We're going to get the Oath back. I'm going to hit there, and then I'm going to defend twice. So I take a little bit from this. So this is the smallest attack. Now I use the bigger ones. And I get that. I get this back. I'm gonna get the Oath back, which means I get a bunch of smites. So these do 6, 12. I'm gonna go ahead and finish you off and then take the defense. Alright, now I'm feeling like my deck is like being a deck. And then defend. So now I get my counterattack. Cool. Dig it. So now I get an Antiquorum. When the fight starts, a random attack in your hand gains 5 damage until played, and you gain 1 energy. Cool. Start each fight with 2 of the counterattack, rage, counter. When a start fights, reduce the cost of each maneuver in your hand by 1 this round. I think this is more powerful because I'm doing more frequent, smaller attacks. So increasing teamwork will let me heal each fight. So let's do that. So now each fight we heal 5 hit points, and we're going to upgrade a card. I can understand that, like, about framing, in terms of how you're talking about what you do and yourself. But yeah, I feel like no problem is very common, like within a certain generational band. But I get that argument. So let's upgrade some of our stuff that's about getting free attacks, right? On draw a card. It costs 1 less this round. Okay. So I could reduce the threshold by which, under which I get a smite, which is interesting. Sanctified Smite, increase that damage. Okay, yeah, let's increase the damage on the Oath, right? So now we're going to regroup, and I'm going to gain hit points back. So I might even make it to the boss. So we could fight a tougher boss, a tougher enemy, and get hit points back, or fight a normal enemy. So let's fight a normal enemy. So both of these enemies are going to hit me with a debuff. So let's see if I can get rid of this one. And we'll get this card back for free. And cool. So I hit you there. We're going to defend. This one they're going to give me that infection. Yep. So you're going to hit for 20, you're going to hit for 5. So let's try to clear out as many enemies as we can. You have 17 left, so if I attack twice, it will get rid of you, and then I will gain some defense. But this is going to be a lot. With that, then I get this back, and then I get a bunch of smites, and then hit with that. Cool. My combo build is working. It's just hard to stay alive, honestly. Now that we have the boss, is that right? The meter is not available anymore, so that makes me think, oh, okay. So I guess I don't get to fight the boss. I feel like I fought the boss previously, but maybe it was just a mini-boss. So this is beneath Oresa. There will be much more to discover in the depths of Oresa. They say full release includes all 3 chapters and boss battles, new playable factions and companions, more unique foes with their own tactics, daily missions and other game modes, and more. So I'm going to go make sure that I have this wish listed on Steam. And that was pretty cool. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go to the store and make sure that I've wish listed Beneath Oresa, because I do think it will be a game I could really like. It's listed as release date 2022. So that is that. Now I'm going to go back to my library. We're at 2:08, so we're getting through things faster than I expected, which is pretty fun because it gives us opportunities to check out a bunch of different things. That's very interesting, Original. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so back here. What did I do? Just deciding which one makes sense to go next. Okay, well, let's check out Vulnerable real quick. Or who knows how quickly it will be. So this may have some like therapist dealing with things that therapists deal with content. I don't know all of the content notes for this, but it will probably be a different, like, you know, we had previous games that had violence and blood and that kind of stuff. This is probably going to be a little bit of a different vibe. So this is Breakpoint Games. The game is called Vulnerable, so I'm going to jump back into game real quick. Boom. Let's see that title card. Okay, now I need to shrink this again because the last one didn't quite fit my screen for whatever reason. And we're not quite done there. Doop, 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 doop. And one more, sorry. Okay, and then I stretch it out, and we're good. Okay. So I'm going to turn the music stuff down a little bit, and let me go back, resume. Okay, so yeah, this is a game called Vulnerable. So we got some flooding. Somebody has a map. They're climbing around the city. So this is our title. This is our main character, I believe.
Allez.
And the character is named Sayaka. Come on, Sayaka. The coordinates should match the buildings in front of us. Historic. Okay. I guess I don't. That's fine. Now we move around. We do. Okay. So there does not appear to be a jump button, but we're just walking around on this kind of elevated area because there was all this flooding. I haven't seen anything to interact with yet. Interactables or whatever. So we're gonna climb. So climbed up there. We cannot climb up that. Here's a person. The camp, at last.
Pardon.
Excuse me, do you belong to the humanitarian organization? Absolutely. Do you want to be taken care of? Indeed. What should I do? Don't move. I'll have to search you first, okay? I don't think that person works for the humanitarian organization. Glad to have you among us, Sayaka.
Merci.
Thank you, Miss...
Vous pouvez compter sur
Call me
Star
Doc.
Umbrella.
I'm the head of the rescue mission for Star Umbrella Organization. Oh no, the Umbrella Organization! Probably not. Thank you very much, Doc. Our volunteer frightened you, didn't he? Oh no! Okay, so... this person was just... they came on strong.
Je suis désolée.
A bit.
Aucun risque.
Nonsense. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He's just overdoing it at times. Poor boy. It will definitely play tricks on him someday. You fainted after he approached you. Yeah, do you want to be taken care of is a little bit... reads a little bit tricky for me. Oreo agrees, apparently. I was worried, but apart from a few bruises, the scanner has nothing to declare. How do you feel? I think I'm alright. I can't perform a deeper examination yet. Most of our equipment is still in orbit. Still in orbit? Interesting. We will do another checkup once there. Orbit? Doc, there are rumors. When you say in orbit, are you referring to the moon?
Absolument.
Indeed. The moon is a neutral space. Refugee camps have settled there. We periodically run operations on Earth to help the population, like here in this hotel. If everything goes as expected, you'll be on the moon in a few days. Then you'll have to be patient in order to be transferred to Mars. Future dystopian scenario. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Ridna. The procedural is quite heavy. What do you mean, if everything goes as expected? We settled this temporary camp reasonably far from the battlefront. We should be left alone, but you never know. Aren't you afraid to take deserters in? Or worse, undercover soldiers? Deserters won't cause much trouble, and there is few risk of hosting real soldiers here. The Seventh Republic fights for their right to live freely on their lands, and the United Kingdom is expanding to get new resources. Refugees leaving means nothing but good news for them. They won't interfere. Doc, have you seen them? The battles?
Affirmatif.
Affirmative. Made my time in military clinics. I wasn't on the battlefront, but I saw the wounds and heard the screams. I only saw the graveyards and the debris. War has remained quite abstract for me. Let's keep it that way. Yes, you're right. On Mars, it will all become memories. Are you a Mars citizen?
Absolument.
Indeed. Born and bred. Why? I'm curious. How is it? Different. Very different. I suppose you know people there live under domes? I heard of it, yes. Is it stifling?
Négatif.
Negative. It's gigantic. No risk of claustrophobia. Living there is not trouble-free, of course. The main one being space management. Everything belongs to huge corporations, sometimes taking questionable decisions. But you'll be better there, I swear. I believe so, yes. Well, it's all good. You can go now, Sayaka. But you are not officially registered as a refugee yet. Introduce yourself to the NGO office. They will take care of you. It's on the roof. Take the stairs at the right end of the corridor when you leave the infirmary. The office is in the big container. You cannot miss it. The stairs on the right after leaving. Thank you.
Vous pouvez compter sur Star Umbrella.
If you need me, I'm almost always here. Happy Hump Day. Hi, Trevity Mats. So this style, this makes me think that this may have been developed initially in French, because that's what the voice lines are. And some of the some of the phrasing on the dialogue here does not feel super organic to me for a North American English speaker. What? Is that supposed to... That's... Okay. It's somebody else. Yeah. Not the same person. Wait a minute. I know her. Excuse me? Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. This woman, I saw her already. I'm sure of it. By any chances, are you a therapist? Of course, I got it. She was one of my teachers back at the academy. Her name is Amina Yukate. But I'm not a therapist yet. My curriculum is not yet finished. The Battlefront movement took everyone off guard. We need to evacuate the region as fast as possible. I'm Prince Amina's husband. So you're one of her students? Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm Sayaka. Nice to meet you too. Congrats. It's a difficult path. I could never do this. Our job is mainly about asking the right questions. Nothing overwhelming. Amina would agree. Conversational therapy is what takes most of your time. It's everything else that frightens me, especially the trance. Trance. I think we may have some supernatural elements. I underwent to therapy myself. One day, my inner demon appeared in the middle of a session. In the middle of a session? You mean outside of trance? Yes, my therapist had to get us out of my subconscious immediately. It took me 2 months to accept a dive back again. Okay, so we've got some, like, Psychonaut stuff going, maybe. And say Amina fights such horrors on a daily basis. She's one of the best. All demons fear her. What happened to her? Our migration caravan went through Versailles. It's been targeted by an airstrike. Amina got struck in the head by a debris. She's in a deep coma. Doc says her life is not in danger.
Je le sens pas trop.
But we can't tell when this nightmare will be over.
Je vois.
How long has it been? 3 days since the attack. We arrived here yesterday. And you, where are you from? So, I went by the country roads. Everyone says we should avoid them. They're dangerous. And it's obviously not the fastest. Why did you do that?
Croire en moi.
I spent my youth on those roads. I'm used to them. I felt it in my element, way safer than I was on the main roads. Finding my way through the ruins wasn't always easy, but I was able to get here safe and sound. Bloody hell, what an adventure.
Huh?
Amina? Amina, can you hear me? She doesn't seem to react. I'll leave you alone. Take good care of her. Looks like hearing you did her well. See you later. So you can talk to people more. We've got jets here. We've got some x-rays. Rudnell, you said you saw a ruined Eiffel Tower, so that certainly makes sense, right? For our setting. 406, we can't go in there. We've got some people in silhouette. Other refugees, I would guess. Oh, hey!
Bonjour.
Hi. First time I see you. Did you just get here? Exactly, I must register myself. Oh, I won't bother you any longer then. It takes some time. The stairs for the roof are at the right end of the hallway. Thank you. See you later, I guess. And stairs. Here's this person again. Hello.
Bonjour.
Hello. Hello, what can I do for... Ah,
Toi.
you. Me. How are you doing? You feel better? Did I scare you earlier? Did Doc perform an analysis? Are you cold? It's a lot of questions. Do you need something? Where are you from? Are you hungry? Are you tired? What's your name? Okay, let's start from here. I'm Sayaka. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Angelo. I'm a volunteer from Star Umbrella. Doc told me to come here. I want to register as a refugee. Alright, I brought you to Doc directly when you arrived. You fainted when I approached you. Oh, yeah, you fainted when I approached you doing this. I was afraid you were sick. Perhaps more often than we might think. Oh, did I?
Ouais.
Yes, but if you're already here, it means it wasn't anything serious. Doc found nothing unusual. I must have scared you, sorry.
Place à l'action.
Alright, let's tackle this registration thing. It's done. Everything is in order.
Merci.
Great. Thank you, Angela. Doc told me about the lunar camp. Do you know when we leave? By the end of the week, I suppose. Then at the camp, we will have to wait for Mars authorization. You'll see. Patience is the best virtue you can have here. Alright, thanks for the advice. Yep. Thank you. Good eye, now. The only difficulty up here is to bear my brother all day long. Your brother is also a volunteer at Star Umbrella? Great.
Ouais.
Yes, well, no, you'll see. Can't wait to meet him. So now I can have a bed, right?
Ouais.
Yes, yours is room 403. Numbers are written on the doors. I'm exhausted. I need to get some rest. Later. Alright, so I could leave. I can't go up there. Eiffel Tower indeed. So we go down. I guess I could talk to you
Besoin d'un truc?
now.
Merci.
Just register myself. Okay. So, feels like the game telling me to go here. Hello? Room 403. This must be it.
Quoi?
Lost? What do you mean lost? Well, it's not here, Bill. I don't understand. It's impossible. No one knew where it was.
C'est une blague?
Marilyn, is it a joke? No, Vincent. Everything is in order, but it's not here anymore. Excuse me. You sure you looked at the right place?
Bien sûr.
I was there when you hit it. I perfectly know where it is supposed to be.
C'est curieux.
Okay, stay calm everyone. There must be an explanation. Maybe the necklace fell somewhere. I'm not leaving again without it. Neither do we. We will find it, okay?
C'est
Please?
de votre faute.
I will find it. You've done enough shit already. I'll flip the room upside down and find Mom's necklace. You? What do we do then? You're on guard duty. Make sure no one
On n'est
gets
jamais
in.
mieux servi que par soi-même.
As usually, I can rely only on myself. Better do what he says when he's in such a bad mood.
Je sais pas quoi faire.
He's getting more and more out of hand. The guy, like, isn't this person right there? Like, saying that in front of somebody is maybe not the greatest idea. Judging by the time of the route, it will take him a while. They look very worried. I should do something, especially if I want to get some rest. So I'm guessing the blue text is, like, internal monologue.
Allez.
I must get involved. They talked about a necklace. I must learn more about it. Yeah, judging by the way that the doc talked about Angelo, it might be intentional. Because, like, when you talk to Angelo again, like, Angelo comes on, like, really strong, right? Asking, like, 7 questions in a row. So, perhaps from some perspectives, not the best greeter, but Angelo seems very well intentioned. I'll look for clues around me to understand what's happening. It might be a bit wise to gather testimonies in case someone has seen something important. Let's go. So this is probably an important loop of the game. Investigation. Yeah, here we go.
Bonjour.
Excuse me.
Bonjour.
Oh, hi. Let me guess. This is your room, right? Unfortunately, there is a lion inside. Better wait until it calms down. I'm Marilyn. Sayaka, nice to meet you. I heard you were arguing. Can I help
Bien
you?
sûr.
Of course, if you want. Can you tell me what does the necklace look like? It's a small golden chain with a big red stone. It was our mother's. Bill, Vincent, and I are siblings. Bill is the oldest, Vincent the youngest. This jewel is the only thing we have left of our mother. It's very important to us. We were the first ones to get in this room. We hid the necklace in there. Why didn't you keep it on yourselves? We were afraid to lose it without noticing. Hiding it seemed the best
Rien ne se
solution.
passe comme prévu.
Only the 3 of us knew the hiding place, but I suppose it wasn't that good in the end. Someone must have searched in our room while we were out. The thief was lucky. Thank you, that information will be useful. When did you last see the necklace? It was last evening. I guess it happened
As-tu
last
vu
night
quelque
then.
chose?
Did you see anything special during the night? Not really. I went to bed at the same time as Bill. Vincent was already asleep. At some point during the night, Bill woke me up. He was coming back from the corridor. He made quite a big noise when entering the room. Do you know where he came from? No, I don't. I had a headache, so I took the opportunity to go to the infirmary for Aspen. Then I got back to sleep. And that's it, I guess. It's already a lot. Thank you very much. Maryland testimony added to the list of evidences. Maybe Angelo knows something about last night. I should go see him. And then talk to Vincent. Did you see anything?
Bonjour.
Excuse me? Sorry for bothering you, but have you seen a necklace lately? A necklace? If it's anything precious, you can forget about it.
J'ai forcément ce que tu cherches.
But if it's important, I do have one I can sell you. Sell? What do you mean? Who are
On
you?
m'appelle Business.
They call me Ness. Busy Ness. You can see me as an itinerant saleswoman. I trade everything. Can I see your necklace? Here. Beauty in it. A golden chain after which hangs a red stone. No doubt about it. Matches the description. This is Marilyn's mom's necklace. I need it. Bet you do. What do you propose in exchange? Nothing. Its owners are looking for it, and I will get it back. Eh? Give me this necklace or I tell them everything, you thief.
Tu veux mourir?
One more step and you'll regret it. That was probably not a good idea, Sayaka. I don't know where it comes from, but I robbed no one. I got it through a trade, so I'm its owner now. A trade? How can I believe you? Do you think I would present you so easily a robbed necklace?
Je vois.
It makes sense, but you'll need more to convince me. Hard times make people suspicious. I understand. What about this? What is it, a notebook? It's my personal diary of accounting. Personal diary of accounting? The combination does seem quite peculiar, to be honest. No, it's really cool. Everything is at the same place, work and life. Alright, if you say so. Can I have a look? And what's my compensation? I admit you're neither a thief nor ableist word. Deal.
Qu'en dis-tu?
Catch. It is indeed written you traded a lockpick against a necklace last night. See, I wasn't lying. Well, next line you wrote that you saw a ghost. Because I did, near the stairs. It was after the trade. I stayed a bit in the corridor, when suddenly I heard a huge noise coming from the stairs, and a ghost barged in there. I was so scared I rushed straight to my room. Forget about what I just heard, alright? Can you tell me who your client was? No idea. They got in touch with me by letting a note on my bed. It reminds me of a high school story. Stay focused, please. They asked me to be in the corridor at midnight with something that can open a lock.
Je vois.
And that was enough to convince you? Yep. I have what they wanted. They promised they had something valuable to trade. They came last night, at said time. We did the transaction, and then they went to the infirmary, I think. They wanted to be stealth. We didn't even say a word. A true professional transaction. Okay, but did you see them? Not at all. The corridor was too dark to see anything but a black shadow. Honestly, I don't even know if they were male or female. Or anything else. Come on, people.
As-tu vu quelque chose?
Too bad. And you didn't notice anyone else in the corridor? Besides the ghost, no one. You sure you just told me it was dark? Too dark to discern the details, but not enough to miss shapes or movements. I'm adamant no one else was in the corridor. Noted. Thanks for your help.
Merci d'avoir fait affaire avec business.
You're welcome. Please beware of ghosts. Help. Ness diary added to list of evidences. Ness said something about the infirmary. I should go there once I'm done here. But first, let's see Angelo on the roof. Yeah, I suppose you could get a lion in the like stuck in a room if it was crawling around the building, right? Did you find your room? I did, thank you. Can I ask you something? Of course.
As-tu vu quelque chose?
Did you see anyone in the corridor last night? On the last floor, you mean? No, I wasn't on duty last night. If you want to know anything happened last night, I can check the stock logs. The stock logs? Yes, it's where we write down all operations we do with our resources and tools. If we need more blankets or to cut something with a saw, it will appear in the logs. Perfect. Can you check for me, please? Of course. Just a minute. It's empty. Really? Nothing? No, I guess the night was quiet yesterday.
Je vois.
Alright, thanks anyway. Storage log. Add to the list of evidence. I was not expecting as much of an investigative element, so that's kind of fun. Still need to talk to Vincent. I think I might be able to find more clues here. I should keep looking. Okay, I'm guessing that's a subtle way of them telling me that I should talk to you. Sorry for the drama. My brother can be quite the attraction when he's like that. I'm Vincent. And you?
Bonjour.
Sayaka. I'll be in the same room as you guys. Oh, neat. Well, I mean, welcome. This necklace seems very important to you. Oh, so you heard everything, I see. Yeah, it's the only thing that remains of our mother.
C'est comme ça.
It's the only valuable item we have, so to speak. I'll see if I can help you, alright? That's very nice, thank you. The necklace shouldn't be that far.
As-tu vu quelque chose?
Yesterday evening, did you notice anything weird?
Je sais pas.
Yesterday evening? No, you should ask the others. I was the first to go to sleep. And last night? Nothing either? Oh yes, good thing you asked. Last night I got to the bathroom and Bill wasn't in his
C'est
bed.
curieux.
He wasn't there when I got back either. Do you know what he was doing? No idea.
Quel idiot.
He woke us up when he got back, though. I think that clumsy noodle kicked in a bag or something. By the way, maybe you already knew, but you cannot use the bathroom in room 403. It's broken. You have to get to any other
Je
room.
vois.
I see. Did you notice anyone in the corridor? It was dark, and I wasn't paying attention, but it looked like empty to me. I understand. Thanks, Vincent. Vincent testimony added to the list of evidences. I think I searched everything here. I should go to the infirmary before returning to Maryland. Okay. So that's the prompt telling me that I can proceed. Alright. Doc is away. I'll search without her. Okay. This is Doc's medical closet. There's a lock on the door, but it's strange. It's locked, but I can still open the door easily. I don't know if it is normal. I didn't check earlier. It's like a detail, but it might be important. I'll try to remember that. Medical closet. Closet's full of medicine. Paper stuck between two boxes. It looks like a list of the medicine in the closet. First sight, everything seems in order, but I should take the time to check it thoroughly. The closet's not that big. It will take me, what, 5 minutes? Well, it took me longer than expected. Everything is fine. Only one medicine is missing. The soft tax. I have no idea what that is, but maybe the others can help me. I'll keep this list with me. It can help me understand the situation more clearly. Drug list. And infirmary bin. Something inside. Medicine packaging. Aspirin. Yep.
Je vois.
I think I knew who put it there. Better remember this. It might be useful. Okay. Not sure I can do better. I'll go back to room 403. So we know that Marilyn was the one who went to go get aspirin. Hi, Bill. Are you done with the room? Where do you come from? Who the hell are you? Her name is Sayaka. She's helping us find a necklace.
C'est de votre faute.
Great. Now the whole camp knows about it. All we need. Let's stay focused, Bill. Did you find anything? Nothing. The room is clean. At least we didn't just lose it.
Rien ne se passe comme prévu.
But what happened?
C'est comme ça.
I'm afraid we will never know. No, it's impossible. We can't just give up. This is important. What if you guys went to check the room instead? Maybe with a fresh pair of eyes? You're realistic, Bill. I don't think we have the choice anymore. A moment, please. Your situation seems desperate, but I'd like to focus on it for a little longer. What do you mean? If we put together all we know, we may have a chance to understand what happened. What do you say? At that point, we have nothing to lose. We need to nail this down if I want to get some rest. If we cross-check all of our information, we may solve this case. Judicium.
Reprenons depuis le début. Quel est le
Let's
problème?
start from the beginning. What's the problem?
D'accord. On cherche
Okay,
un
we're
collier qui a
looking for a missing
disparu.
necklace.
On l'a pris avant de partir de chez
We
nous.
took it with us before
appartenait
leaving
à
home.
notre mère.
It belongs to our mother.
On y tient énormément.
It has a great value to
Quand
us.
avez-vous réalisé que le collier était perdu?
When did you realize it disappeared?
Il y a peu, une demi-heure environ.
An hour ago or so.
Est-ce que chacun pourrait revenir sur la dernière fois où il l'a vu?
Can you all try to remember the last time you saw it?
Moi, c'était lorsque je l'ai planqué dans la chambre hier.
For me, it's when I hid it yesterday.
Pour moi, c'était lorsque j'ai
Me,
donné
when
à
I gave
Bill
it to
en
Bill when
arrivant il y a
we
2 jours.
arrived at the camp 2 days ago.
T'as oublié que nous l'avons caché hier, Vincent.
Also when we hid it.
Techniquement parlant, non. Bill nous a montré l'endroit où il allait le mettre, puis je suis
Technically,
sorti
no.
de la chambre
Bill
faire
showed
le
us where he was going to put it, then I got out of the room to keep
À
watch.
ce moment-là, j'ai pas vu le bijou de maman.
I didn't see the necklace at the moment.
Si vous voulez, on peut dire que je l'ai vu à ce moment-là aussi.
But if you want, we can still say I saw it with
Mieux
you.
vaut rester précis dans ce genre de situation. On ne sait jamais.
Better stay accurate in these situations. You never
La
know.
dernière fois que j'ai vu le collier, c'était hier soir, un peu avant que Vincent n'aille se coucher.
Last time I saw the necklace was last evening, a moment before Vincent went to bed.
Tu as fait attention à ce que personne ne te voit?
Were you cautious not to be
Oui,
seen?
bien entendu. De toute façon, la porte était fermée et nous sommes les
Of
seuls
course.
installés dans cette
Anyway, the
chambre.
door was closed and we were the only ones settled in the
On peut
room.
en conclure que tout s'est passé cette nuit.
I think Ace Ventura is the pet detective movie. Ace Attorney is the lawyer game, I think. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Where's Arf? Arf has played several of those games. We can thus conclude it happened at
C'était
night.
peut-être ce matin, non?
Maybe it was this
Je
morning?
ne sais pas, je me suis levé le premier, vous dormiez
I don't
encore
know,
tous.
but I both up. You were both asleep.
Je ne pense pas. Quand Vincent s'est levé, je me suis réveillée et j'ai traîné au lit jusqu'au réveil de Bill.
I don't think so. When Vincent got out of bed, I woke up and stayed in the room until Bill
Et
was up.
c'est là que nous avons vu que le collier avait
That's when we
disparu.
saw the necklace was gone.
Tout a eu lieu cette nuit, c'est certain.
It happened this night, I'm sure of it. Last night.
Quelqu'un a dû s'introduire dans la chambre.
Someone must have snuck into our room.
Si je l'attrape, je le casse
If I
en
catch
deux.
the thief, I kill them. Well, that's a little hasty.
Hein? Attendez.
Eh, wait.
Bon, tu le sauras, je ne
He just
prêtais
needs
pas
to vent.
attention.
Don't pay too much attention.
Non, ce n'est pas ça. Pouvez-vous
That's,
revenir sur nos mots rapidement, s'il vous plaît?
And that's not it. Can we get back on what we said quickly?
Je ne suis pas sûre de te
I don't
suivre,
know where this is
mais
going,
si
but
tu
if you
veux,
want, fine.
Je suis certaine d'avoir entendu quelque chose qui contredit les
I'm
informations.
positive I
que
heard something that contradicts some information I
j'ai. Je
found.
vais leur faire répéter leurs déclarations jusqu'à ce que je trouve quelque chose d'incorrect.
I'm going to make them repeat their statements until I find
À
something
ce moment
incorrect.
précis, je n'aurai qu'à interagir pour faire avancer le débat.
At this moment, I'll just have to interact to make our debate go
Cela nous
further.
permettra d'aller dans la bonne direction.
This will help us go in the right direction. Let's go.
La dernière fois que j'ai vu le bijou, c'est lorsque je l'ai caché.
Je l'ai vu hier.
Moi,
Moi, techniquement.
Okay.
Ça s'est passé. Un inconnu s'est introduit dans notre chambre.
J'ai l'impression que l'on oublie. Quelqu'un d'autre a-t-il vraiment pu voler?
La dernière fois que j'ai vu le collier.
So I'm cycling through.
C'est vraiment la dernière fois que je l'ai vu pourtant.
Zut, ce n'est pas ça du tout.
Okay,
Concentre-toi, ça y est.
so I'm picking the thing that's
La
inaccurate.
dernière fois, c'est lorsque je l'ai caché hier.
It's not even the one I
Je ne
wanted.
suis pas sûre de comprendre ce que tu...
Zut, ce n'est pas ça du tout. Concentre-toi, Sayaka. Quelqu'un d'autre?
La dernière fois que je C'est vraiment la dernière fois que je l'ai vu.
Zut, ce n'est pas ça du tout. Concentre-toi, Sayaka.
Okay, I mean,
La dernière
I get what
c'est
they're
lorsque
going
je l'ai
for.
caché hier.
Well, that's wrong
C'est
too.
vraiment la dernière fois que je l'ai vu pour.
Zut, ce n'est pas ça du tout. Concentre-toi, Sayaka.
It should, I would, if the developers are watching, I would be very grateful if
La dernière fois que
there
j'ai
was
vu le
some
collier,
indication whether you'd already interacted with
c'est lorsque je l'ai caché.
a bit
Je l'ai vu hier dans la soirée.
before.
Je ne suis pas sûre de comprendre ce que tu veux.
Zut, ce n'est pas ça du tout. Concentre-toi, Sayaka.
La dernière fois que c'est
Moi. Oui, on peut dire que je l'ai vu hier aussi, mais est-ce
Yes,
vraiment
yes, we
important?
can say I saw it yesterday too, but is it really that important?
Ce n'est pas ça du tout. Concentre-toi, Sayaka.
Ça s'est passé cette Nous sommes sûrs que tout s'est passé cette nuit pourtant.
We're all sure it happened last night
Ce
though.
n'est pas ça du tout. Concentre-toi, Sayaka.
Un inconnu s'est introduit dans notre
Non, ce n'est pas possible.
It's impossible.
Quoi Qu'est-ce qui n'est pas possible?
What's impossible?
Quelqu'un d'autre
No one
n'a
else
pas
could have
pu
stolen the
voler le
necklace in this
collier dans cette
situation.
Que veux-tu dire?
What do you mean?
Que je ne pense
I
pas
don't think
qu'une
another
tierce
person could have
personne ait
done
pu
something
intervenir
then.
ici.
Tu peux prouver que quelqu'un d'autre n'est pas venu voler le
Can you
collier?
prove no one else came to steal the necklace? Venio.
Je vais m'appuyer sur les paroles
I'm
de
going to
Vincent.
rely on Vincent's testimony.
Parole? Tu veux dire ce que je t'ai
You
dit
mean
tout
what
à
I told
l'heure?
you earlier?
Tu
Yes,
m'as
you told me the
affirmé
hiding
que
place was
l'endroit
secret.
Exact. Je me suis
I made
assuré
sure no one
moi-même
was
que...
spying
Mais
on
si
us.
c'est vrai,
That's
personne
true.
ne pouvait
No one could have
savoir.
known, right?
C'est juste. Néanmoins, l'un d'entre
But
nous
one of
aurait
us
pu
might
en
have
parler.
talked about it. The
L'information a pu
information
fuiter.
could have
C'est peu
leaked.
probable.
Seems
Nous n'avons
unlikely.
plus rediscuté du
We never
collier
talked
après
about the
cela.
necklace after that.
Et je suis sûre que personne n'était là lorsque j'ai fait ma
I'm sure
vérification
no one
hier
saw
soir.
me during my checking
Donc
last night.
personne d'autre n'était au courant.
So no one else
Ce
knew.
qui veut dire que c'est l'un d'entre vous qui a dévolé
It's
le
one of you
collier.
who took the
Quoi?
necklace.
C'est
What?
impensable.
C'est la seule possibilité.
Lequel d'entre vous a fait ça?
Je doute que le coupable se dénonce aussi simplement.
I doubt the culprit would confess that
Alors qu'est-ce
easily.
qu'on fait?
Nous avons pas mal
What else do we do?
d'informations,
We
mais
have
je
a lot
ne
of
sais pas par où
information,
commencer.
but I don't know where to start.
Pourquoi l'un d'entre nous aurait pris le collier?
Why would one of us take the
Ça n'a
necklace?
aucun sens.
Doesn't make
Je
any
suis
sense.
d'accord. C'est un objet auquel nous tenons.
I
Mais il
agree,
ne sert
you're
à rien.
emotionally bound to it, but it's definitely
Pour
useless.
quelle raison peut-on en avoir
Why would
besoin?
someone else need
Il
it?
me semble pourtant avoir rencontré quelqu'un qui a su lui
I'm
trouver
quite sure
une
I've met
utilité.
someone who found it some
Je
usage.
sais dans quel but le
I
collier
know why
a
the
été
necklace has been
utilisé.
taken.
Je comprends pas en quoi ça nous aide.
I don't understand how this is supposed to help.
Ce n'était pas ça. Voilà ce qu'il est advenu de votre collier.
Invenio.
Votre collier
Your
n'est pas
necklace is
vraiment
not really
perdu.
lost.
Quelqu'un
Someone
l'a
actually
perdu.
has it.
Comment?
C'est vrai?
Wait,
Et
for
tu
real?
m'as
You
rien
didn't
dit?
tell us?
Explique-toi, Sayaka, et sois convaincante.
I'm not. Sorry, this is not working real for me. Not opening with I know where the necklace is seems like a very bad idea. Explain yourself, Sayaka, and be persuasive. Only if you all calm down, right? Come on!
Il y a une femme dans le camp qui est
There's a
visiblement
woman in the
une sorte
camp
de
named
marchande.
Ness. She is some sort of
Le mélange des
merchant.
uns fait le bonheur des autres, on dirait.
Looks like not everyone is having a bad
Elle m'a
time
dit
here.
qu'elle avait récupéré le collier lors d'une transaction hier soir.
This music is a little bit much.
Une transaction?
A
Tu veux dire
trade,
un
like
échange?
an exchange?
Dans un premier temps, j'ai douté de sa parole.
Yes, I first doubted her words,
Mais elle m'a
but she
laissé
led
son
me her
journal
diary
de
as
preuve.
Qui
proof.
était son client?
Who was her
Elle
client?
l'ignore complètement.
She doesn't know.
Elle ne
She
saurait
can't
même
even
pas
tell
dire
if
si
it's
c'est
a
un
man.
homme ou une femme.
A-t-elle dit contre quoi le collier avait été
Apparently,
échangé?
non-binary people ceased existing entirely throughout all of history by the time of this apocalypse. That's pretty bad. Did she tell you what was traded? The necklace was trading
Elle a eu le
against.
collier contre un nécessaire de
It was
crochetage.
exchanged. Yeah, exchanged against a lockpick is just not idiomatically common in any North American English dialect that I know. Maybe it's in other English elsewhere, but if you're localizing for North American audience, I would recommend another approach.
Genre un truc pour ouvrir des serrures?
Like something to open doors and stuff?
Et je suppose qu'elle ne sait rien des intentions du coupable.
I suppose she doesn't know anything about the culprit's motive.
Ça semble faire partie de sa politique de
Look like it's part of her
J'ai
confidentiality
pas
policy.
l'impression que ça nous aide beaucoup.
I
Il a
don't
pu
think it
être
helps us.
utilisé
The
n'importe
lockpick
où.
could have been used anywhere.
Elle a raison. Il faudrait
You need
déterminer
to understand
où
where the
le
lockpick was
nécessaire de
used.
mais c'est sûrement quelque chose qui a dû attirer mon
But it must be something that drew my eyes. What? No.
Je ne comprends pas ce qui te fait dire que le crochet a...
a raté. Je dois plus me concentrer. Où a été utilisé le nécessaire de crochetage?
So it's the lockpick was used
Laisse-moi
on the
savoir que
closet,
le coupable rentrait dans l'infirmerie après
and
la
that's why it's
transaction.
L'infirmerie.
it
à
unlocks
l'opposé des
easily.
escaliers.
Mais
But
la
the
porte de
details you had
l'infirmerie,
earlier said that
pourquoi aller là-bas?
it
Sûrement pour passer par l'extérieur.
Mais c'est stupide. Ni les fenêtres, ni les portes.
À ce moment-là, l'échange a déjà été fait.
Oui, bon, c'était juste une idée.
Tout le monde peut se tromper, ce n'est pas la seule chose qui possède un verrou dans l'infirmerie.
the only
est
thing that has a
l'armoire
lock in the
médicale de
infirmary
Doc.
is Doc's medical
Son armoire
closet.
médicale? Tu veux
Place
dire là où elle
she
range son
puts her
matériel?
tools in,
Son matériel et surtout ses
the
médicaments.
tools, and more importantly, medicine.
A-t-on une idée de ce que notre coupable a pu chercher?
Do we have an idea of what the culprit was looking for?
Ce que cherchait le coupable et d'après ce que j'ai vu, qu'est-ce qui a été pris dans l'armoire médicale?
Softax.
Notre coupable cherchait du Softax.
Our culprit was looking for
C'est le
Softax.
seul
It's the only
médicament qui
medicine
était
that was
absent de
missing.
l'armoire.
Le seul? Comment t'en es aussi sûr?
Only one? How can you be so certain? I spent more than 5 minutes. Drug list.
Doc a mis l'inventaire de tous les médicaments dans l'armoire. Il ne manquait que celui-là.
Doc put an inventory on all the medicine in the closet. It's the only one
Mais est-ce que
missing.
nous sommes
But are we
sûrs
sure
qu'il
the
est parti
culprit
avec
left
toute
with
la
all the
réserve?
On
medicine?
se donne pas autant de mal pour une seule
Don't
dose.
go through all this trouble
Toute
just
la
for
boîte
one
a été
dose.
prise, c'est certain.
The whole box had been taken,
Je
it's
suis d'accord
obvious.
avec lui. Par contre,
I
je
agree
n'ai
with
aucune
Bill,
idée de ce qu'est
but I
le
have no
Softax.
idea what Softax
Ça fait-
is.
Non, pas du tout, désolé.
On dirait le nom d'un fromage.
Il aurait la
Sounds
même
like a
odeur que ton
cheese.
humour.
Oula, alors là, même...
Vous savez, vous...
Il me semble que c'est une crème, mais je sais
I think
plus
it's
du
a
tout à
cream,
quoi
but I don't
elle
know
sert.
its
Une
purpose.
On devrait
Cream.
poser la question à Doc, non?
Shouldn't we ask
Doc
Doc?
n'est pas là.
She's
La
away
pauvre est débordée.
and globally overwhelmed.
Mais si on sait pas ce
But
que
if we
c'est,
don't know
comment
what
on
it
va
is,
faire?
what should we do?
J'ai l'impression que ça...
Ne dites pas ça. On a réussi à comprendre
We
les
uncovered
intentions
the
du
motive
coupable,
of the
c'est un bon
culprit.
début.
That's a good
Mais
start.
il est vrai que pour le moment, nous n'irons pas
But
plus
true,
loin
we won't
dans
go any
cette
further in
direction.
this
On devrait
direction.
peut-être se concentrer sur l'heure du crime.
Maybe we should focus on the time of the
Qu'est-ce que tu veux
crime.
dire?
What do you mean?
On sait que ça s'est passé cette nuit.
We already know it
Il
happened
faut
this
que l'on
night. We
comprenne
need to
plus
narrow down
précisément.
On
when.
dormait la plupart du temps, pas sûr qu'on ait grand-chose à dire.
Well, we were sleeping. I'm not sure we have much to
Voilà un
say.
scénario qui t'arrangerait bien, n'est-ce pas?
That would be a perfect scenario for you, wouldn't it?
Qu'est-ce que tu baves, toi?
J'accuse!
Tu sais, je me suis réveillé cette
I
nuit.
woke up last night, Bill.
En recoupant les informations à notre disposition,
Dis pas n'importe quoi, Sayaka.
mauvaise réponse. Vincent pense avoir des coupables, mais quelque chose lui tracasse à propos de
Okay,
Dis
but
pas
that's what
n'importe
you're
quoi, Sayaka.
that's what you're claiming.
Vincent pense avoir des
Let's see
coupables,
what's
mais
all the
quelque chose lui
options
tracasse.
are.
J'ai pas le droit d'aller prendre l'air.
Dis pas n'importe quoi.
Mauvaise réponse. Vincent pense avoir des coupables, mais quelque chose lui
J'ai pas le droit.
Dis pas n'importe quoi.
Mauvaise réponse. Vincent pense avoir des coupables, mais quelque chose lui
J'ai pas le droit.
Dis pas n'importe quoi, Sayaka.
Yeah,
Mauvaise réponse.
I can see that.
Vincent pense avoir des coupables, mais quelque chose lui tracasse.
Dis pas n'importe quoi, Sayaka.
Mauvaise réponse. Vincent pense avoir des coupables, mais quelque chose lui tracasse.
Dis pas n'importe quoi. quoi ça?
I honestly don't even know what the other options are at this point.
Coupable, mais quelque chose me tracasse à propos de ça.
I don't like this game. Sorry. Having to repeat everything and the lack of interface is just... Sorry. Not feeling it. Some interesting, like, world building stuff. I would really want, like, stronger localization if I was going to try to stick with that. So now we're going to try something else that I've already played a little bit and is more chill. So this game is called Railbound. As you can see, I've already played some of it. Basically, I'll go back a couple to show off what this is. So I'm trying to get these connected to this rail, but in the order on their numbers. So number 1 goes first, number 2 goes second. So if I do this, let's see how that goes. So there we are. So now, yep, number 2 goes in after. So this is called Railbound. So this one goes around, this one goes around there, and here we are. So pretty little puzzle game that I think will, like many puzzle games, get trickier and trickier over time. So these are all set and I can't make them go away, but then I have 8 tiles. Work. Yeah, because they run into each other. I think having the R vocalists would help differentiate the character voices a bit more, but in the version that we saw, I don't know that I can recommend the game, but it's just a demo. There may be some alright, so that lets you take moves back one at a time. This lets you go back to the beginning. This type of puzzle game is not usually really my thing, so I'm showing it off for the sake of thoroughness here. Okay, see if this works. Looks like it will. Oh, okay. This trolling with the train game. Okay. No. Haha. So I can do that, and then you should keep on going here. So this is Railbound. If we go back to the very beginning, it's just very straightforward tutorialization. Just kind of giving you the base mechanics. So I trace along here, and then I connect, and the train goes chugga chugga. Very pretty. So then I switch this one, which I can toggle this way, and then I will be able to connect through and go. So then I just, so I change this one, and now this should work. Yep. So these I can get rid of. So now that I have 3, then I can put them, because you only have so many tracks, squares that you can lay. And I get rid of these so that I can put down these. So that's that. Exit. Okay, so we are at almost 3 o'clock. I'm going to take a short break just to stretch and use the restroom, and then we'll come back and look at maybe 1 or 2 more. So this is a good time for you to take a break as well if you like. Get something to drink some water, use the restroom, move around, whatever you like. Just keep your own health in mind as well. And I'll be back in a couple minutes with some more demos. Thanks. Okay, we're back. Let's check out one or two more demos. So this is going to be Soundfall. I thought I had already installed it, but it's telling me that it needs to install Microsoft VC Redist package, step 1 of 2. So we'll see about that. Just going to mute my mic here while I take a eat some chips. All right, my mic can be back. Now we're gonna play Downfall. Full screen so that this gets captured, right? Again, we have not a full screen. We go back here. Will this work now? Hey, it's the thing. Okay. Close options, start game. Video games. Why would you start with something that's too loud? You don't let me go to the sound menu. Nope. Bad job. Soundfall devs, if you're watching, start your volume lower. Or don't open with the game with the sound is too loud. The last time I did demos, I had a game that was too loud with too many really bad for ears sound effects, and getting out of that game was very difficult. If you do shit like this, I won't play your game. Like, it opened with a menu, but I should not have to go in and turn down the volume of every game by 30% before I start playing. My audio was at like 30% of max on my speakers, and it was loud already, and I know that it would be louder for some of the people who are listening and watching. So I'm just not going to play this demo. It was 30% of max on my system volume. I remember someone saying on Twitter, dear video games, don't have your volume start at 100% when you open it for the first time, and I totally agree, because it's probably a really bad idea. And like, this is a game about sound and music, so you would think that sound balance would be really important. So if you are watching Soundfall devs, please take this into mind. Because you could also put a warning at the beginning that says, this game draw, like this game has, you know, loud sequences. Make sure to adjust your volume for your comfort before you start playing. Like that's not hard to add a page like that, right? I don't think it's that hard to do that. This is an accessibility question. It's not accessibility about difficulty. We're talking like capital A accessibility for disability, because there are a lot of different ways of being a person and a lot of different conditions that people may have that make bad or loud sound really torturous. So don't fuck that up, please. So let's try one more game. I'm going to look at something called Goodbye World, and I'm going to remember to... Is this going to load here? English? Can we be in English, please? Is this going to load here? This looks like it is not designed for large resolution. Setup. Z is the interaction button for this game. Sound. Music. 5. Hey, starting at 5 is great. Cool. I like it. However, the game is not loading on my display. So let's look here. Full screen. On. All right. Will this show up now? What do we got? Give it a second to see if it'll actually show up on my stream. You should be getting audio. Alright, so I've got like star sparkle sounds going, but it does not look like the game is loading. So I'm going to give it another few seconds, and then if it doesn't load, I will give up on this one too. Nope. This game seems like it was built for not my setup. Maybe it's... maybe it'll be a great Switch game. Alright, Potion Permit is another one that I have. Let's see if this one works. Hey, it's doing the thing. Come on. Almost there. Okay. Here we are. So, we're gonna do, can we do play? Enter. Enter. Character. Can you let me select? What's... Is this another controller game? Is that what you're doing here? This is a controller game. All right. This person will be... Well... about as pale as me. Not so many hairstyles. The undercut is rad. All right. I mean, if we make potions, we should have red hair, right? That's what I think. Goes with the hair. And absolutely, we should have a cape. Oh, that's not as exciting. Name. Potion Maker Lexi. So I'm playing with a controller / an Xbox controller. Got a train. And we have a dog? Do we have a dog? The dog has goggles. This is already promising. Ah, excuse me. Lexi, it's me, Dr. Nestor from the Medical Association. Hi, yes, hello. I'm on my way to meet our colleagues on Moonbury Island. The Association HQ asked me to say hello to you since we're taking the same train. Dog says hello. Good job. Oh my, I didn't realize you were bringing your dog along. Isn't he adorable? Yes. What's the dog's name? Well, the dog is clearly Oreo, even though this dog does not look like Oreo. So this dog will just be named in honor of Oreo. Such an adorable name. Are you going to help out on Lexi's important assignment, Oreo? Yes, good dog. The actual Oreo is just flopped on the floor right by me, which is definitely helping. We're almost at Moonbury Station. While you are on the island, you'll be representing the Medical Association. Do you have everything in order? Yes. This is a valuable opportunity for us. We're all counting on you. If you are successful, we may be finally allowed to establish a branch on the island. Vanilla cream Oreos. I like it. Here we are. Let's get going. Yes, look at that doofy dog! A+ silly dog walk. This is it, Lexi. Moonbury Island. And here are our colleagues. Please allow me to introduce Moira and Colin. Hi. Nice to meet you. You must be the new chemist. We've already talked to the mayor. He's waiting for you up ahead by the town gate. The association is counting on you. Don't let us down. Sweat. Oh, don't let her worry you. Hey, you brought along your medical journal, right? Remember to check it and update it regularly. And make sure to be polite and helpful. You're the association's first representative here. Well, you better get along. Good luck, Lexi. Cape. I've got a cape. Worried. Do you think Lexi will manage on their own? I have my doubts. Heart. But I'm excited to see what happens. Let's head back to the capital. Did you get lost? No. Moonbury. It's a town. It's a very fancy mayor. Meyer the mayor. Lexi, we've been expecting you. Allow me to welcome you to Moonbury. My name is Meyer. I'm the mayor. This is my wife, Marielle. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. It was me who sent the letter to the capital. You see, our daughter needs help. Our Rue has been feeling off color for a very long time. We've been trying to find a cure for her, but as yet to no avail. But with your help, we hope she'll get better. Oh dear. Anyway, Rue is currently being seen by Moonbury's local witch doctor. I don't know that I think that terminology is being used respectfully. It will be some time before she returns. Before that, I should tell you a little about Moonbury's previous dealings with chemists from the capital. Would you be so kind as to come with us while we murder you? Probably not murder. Before I explain everything, I'd like to introduce you to everyone. With no context. Meet every person in the town without knowing anything about the town. Or any prejudices we might have about chemists. Good evening, everyone. We've come together tonight to welcome a guest. Please allow me to introduce Lexi. Lexi is a chemist sent by the Medical Association. As you are all aware, our daughter has been sick for a long time. My wife and I are still trying to find a cure for her illness. With that in mind, we have sought assistance from the capital. I hope you will all give Lexi a warm welcome. Rainer, a chemist? I see. Never thought I'd see another chemist in our town. Liano, we know you're desperate for a cure, but you want to watch who you bring in, Meyer. Sad face, says Dan. A chemist will shiver me timbers. I've crewmates more competent than this here novice. Circumspect. Nova, nobody from the capital can be trusted. Have you forgotten what they did? Okay, so like I said, the mayor gave us no historical context on chemists, and now we're in a crowded room with people who are predisposed against us. Bad call. Yes. Drama. No. Won't anyone make a newcomer feel welcome? Please forgive us. Everyone is just a little excited, and I don't know how to deal with social situations. I'm very incompetent at reading the room. Now, if you'd like to follow me, I'll show you to your lodgings. I have a monocle, but no common sense. Here's your lodgings. This building is mostly functional. It does have a dog. Look, there's a dog room, though. This old building used to be our previous chemist's house. So there is no one from the Medical Association, but they used to have a chemist. Its former owner moved away a long time ago. Now that it's empty, you could take it over. It's been lit from within the entire time. Probably not. I realize it may seem rather odd to you that not everyone here is overjoyed about your presence. We have rather a history of incidents involving the Medical Association. However, you've been told that you're the first representative of the Medical Association. Our relationship has been rather disastrous so far. I imagine they haven't told you a single word about all this in the capital. No, doesn't seem they have. You'll learn more about it as you discover the island. I refuse to tell you because reasons. Let's come back to all this after you've rested, shall we? Well, and please don't forget our request. Our daughter needs your help. Well, that's not so bad. I'll see you tomorrow next. Good night. Sleep well. Lexi goes inside, closes the door, asks, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? Yes, good dog. That building has a hat. You can move your character around freely. While you are running, your dog will follow wherever you go. Sadly, he's not allowed to come inside the house. Boo! You can interact with some of the obstacles around you. You will see the sign whenever you are close to any interactable objects. When you're close to multiple interactable objects, you can navigate between them. Navigate between them is good. So sleep. Open door. It's a box. You can redecorate your room with the available furniture. Try to interact with the floor plan object to start decorating your room. You can acquire more furniture by purchasing them from the bulk and build. Nothing to research. Why can't my dog be in here? Are you here to explain to me why my dog can't be inside? Is it because I'm doing dangerous chemistry? I trust you slept well, after all the disconcerting crap I told you. Excellent, allow me to introduce Shao, my assistant. Very nice to meet you. I work with Mayor Meyer at the town hall. I was hoping the two of you would get along, so I don't have to do work. If there's anything you need, Shao will be able to assist you. I have important business to do. As it's your first day, I'd like you to start getting to know our island that I gave you no context on before I introduced you to a bunch of people who don't like you. I've asked one of our rangers to meet you near Meadow Range and show you the ropes in the range. To get there, cross the bridge to the south, then head east. He also has some things prepared for you. It's not ominous at all. Well, you better be off. Our ranger Forrest is waiting for you as you speak. I feel like there should be a room in the house that the dog gets to stay in, and then there's a room where you do the chemistry. Your highlighted quest will be shown at the top of the screen. You can highlight another quest. Minimap. Okay, so, oh, there's a roll. So I go back inside. So like kitchen, right? Kitchen is just for normal kitchen business. Table. And then chemistry. So you, nope, I'm going back in. I'm going to do some interior decoration. So you put a little fence from here to here. Or you redecorate so that the dog gets to be over here. And if you could move everything around, you'd put the kitchen over here. And then the dog could come up this way, go in the kitchen, and be with you in the bedroom. Look at all this space. A dog should go here. Yes. That's Oreo stretching when I said the word. That represents... See? Oreo's house. And there's like a barn or something? Like, I should be able to go to here. Like, this part of the house should be Oreo's part. And there's like an outhouse. Is this Oreo's house? This is the clinic, which is very much in bad repair. Alright, I can do a dodge roll. I cannot go through the shrubbery. There's a horse. Okay, where do I go? Go here. And then we go east. So it looks like that exclamation mark in the yellow is where we're supposed to meet Forrest. Yep, East Meadow Range. I'm Forrest. I'm cool and mysterious. Hey there, you must be the chemist. My name is Forrest. Mayor Meyer said you'd be coming this way. I've got a little something for you. Call it a welcome gift. It's a sword. Maybe. You might need it because I've got an errand for you. I want you to gather me some herbs. I'm sure you know how, right? I definitely won't have to tutorialize this for you. By the way, the mayor probably told you, we all fucking hate chemists. An accident in the past killed off many of our native plants. He absolutely did not say that. If only people from the capital worked responsibly, tragedies like this wouldn't happen. Oops, me and my big mouth. Once you're done, head back to my cottage. I'll see you there. I haven't told you what that gift is. We're just cutting away to some other person. That's all for now. Good luck out there, chemist. Swing your tools at gathering points to forage resources. Gathering points are indicated by glowing sparks. Stamina is consumed each time you use a tool. Use the right tools. You can switch between sickle, hammer, and axe. You can avoid incoming attacks by rolling. Rolling does not consume stamina, but you'll have to catch your breath after successive rolls. So I gather flower stuff. This is basically Stardew Valley. It seems like. Oh, smaller slimes. Yep, just chopping down trees willy-nilly. Shroomies. Oh no, it started with more monsters and villagers that make me want to invent as many poisons as possible. Could be. I mean, Stardew Valley was such a gigantic success that it's not too surprising that a zillion people want to try to replicate its success. But Stardew is not especially my bag. You will encounter resources that require better foraging tools. Okay. Bitter tasting sap. I mean, you could use a sickle to cut down a tree, it just wouldn't be super effective. It would take a while. Alright, so the sparkling is just literally the tree. I've murdered the shadow. Alright, I'm running around. This looks like there would be a boss here. Warning, path closed due to a landslide. Your dog occasionally will tell you how he feels. You can see this by the emoticon, sometimes shown as above said. You'll need to whistle for your dog before interacting with him. Your dog loves food and loves to be petted. By feeding and petting your dog, your bond with him will start to grow. He's a loyal and helpful pet, especially when you develop a close bond. Well, all of that is true. Good dog. Yes. The dog apparently does not help with combat. Are these sentient beings? Who knows? Has anyone told me? Oh my goodness, that's a bear. I don't want to fight a bear. Absolutely not. I'm here to make potions. I don't want to fight bears. I hope I don't need bear livers. Good dog. Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to gather, so... Travel point. Yep, you can fast travel. Okay. That's something else. Hey, what's up? What? I need to get basil, jasmine, and daisy. Okay. So I have enough daisies. That looks like, nope, that's just the root. Jasmine and daisy. Nope, absolutely not. Do not want to fight bear. If you run out of stamina, you won't be able to use any tools. Eating consumables in your bag will recover your stamina. No. No fighting bear. Lemon balm. Exploration, soil samples, no thank you. Alright. This is not going to be a game for Mike. This type of like material gathering and then doing projects and things is just not really my deal. I have so many to-do lists in various fantasy worlds as is, just in my writing. I don't really need this. I know lots of people like it, and that's great for them. It's just not my deal. So, we're going to come back to here. Hello, I'm back. So yeah, this one was Potion Permit. So that's that. The dog is sneezing several times, so I'm gonna guess that, well, he sneezes whenever, but I will probably want to take him downstairs and take him out. So that is that. This Friday, we are kicking off the Court of Blades game with a game of Ex Novo by Shark Bomb Games, which we'll use to do our world building. And that is really exciting. You can follow Speculate at Speculate SF on Twitter, over on Twitter if you like. And yeah, I'm very excited. It's going to be, like, I've not played Ex Novo before, but I have read through the book a few times. And so that's going to be with Primi Mohammed, Marie Bilodeau, Gregory A. Wilson, and Brandon O'Brien. And I'm going to be facilitating. I'm going to be GMing the Court of Blades game once we do our world building. And that Geekomancy command should work. Maybe it's just taking a while to load for whatever reason. Does it? Okay, yeah, it just took a little while for whatever reason. So I'm going to take a look on Twitter or on Twitch to see who is streaming. So Katie Shee is streaming. So let's go and raid Katie Shee. And then I will see all of you this Friday over at twitch.tv/arvanelleron for Court of Blades for our world building game. And I'd love to see you there. Now let's go and say hi to Katie Shee. See ya.